Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Bright, Bill, at the legal direction of Congress, DOE has developed energy efficiency standards that have saved American families hundreds of dollars annually on utility costs. The current administration is set on reversing these cost-saving efforts and announced this week that they will eliminate many of these standards, which will undoubtedly raise energy costs for American families. Do you believe the actions announced by the administration are consistent with the federal judge's orders to update those standards? And how would you approach enforcing energy efficiency standards in your new role if you're confirmed?
Senator, thank you. At this point, I'm not at the Department of Energy, and so I have not been advising the Secretary and the program managers who are at the agency at this time regarding the actions that they've undertaken. And I have not had an opportunity to review those executive orders or the legal bases for the actions that have been taken. I know within the context of those statutes, there are statutory reforms that were undertaken by Congress in the later part of the early aughts and that related to those statutes that actually enhanced the capacity of the department to consider economic considerations, and some of that postdates some of the case law that I know is on the books and which many people point to in that area. So at this point, Senator, what I can commit to you is that should I be fortunate enough to be confirmed as the General Counsel, that I will, of course, work with the existing career staff and advisors at the Office of General Counsel to understand their existing legal reviews and then advise the Secretary and the program officials who are responsible for those policy decisions on their obligations under the laws and statutes, as well as the authorities that they have.
Mr. Prohaska, with electricity demand expected to grow for the next decade, I think many of us believe that we're going to need every electron that we can get for the foreseeable future. If confirmed, how will you make sure that ARPA-E is investing in a complete portfolio of next-generation energy technologies and not picking winners and losers?
Thank you very much for the question, Senator, and that is a very big part of the way ARPA-E operates. The way ARPA-E operates is we bring in the best program managers that we can find, and those program managers bring the best ideas that they can, and they're forced through a crucible of internal debates and external reviews to come out with some of the best possible programs and projects we possibly can. And part of that analysis is how does this make sense in the overall energy portfolio and move the ball forward on behalf of the United States and the world, because these technologies do go and help the world at the end of the day in many cases. And so to answer your question, one of the reasons is we're going to take the best projects, and I promise that that's going to be the process with which if I am confirmed, ARPA-E continues to move forward with the best projects and not picking winners and losers necessarily, but understanding what makes sense in the energy portfolio that's affordable, secure, reliable, and gets us to the end goals.
Mr. Bright, Bill, Congress has important oversight responsibilities over the department, obviously. If confirmed, will you commit to responding to members of this committee's requests for information regarding DOE's compliance with the law?
Senator, if I am confirmed, I can if I'm fortunate enough to be confirmed, yes, I can assure you that we will comply with the law, and insofar as the department is required to make responses to requests, we will do so.
So thank you. That is the right answer. On May 5th, I, along with a number of other members of Congress, sent Secretary Wright a letter regarding the department's suspension of energy programs, cancellation of executed awards and contracts, as well as mass reductions in staffing and changes to contracting policies. And I very much look forward to receiving a full and complete response to that letter.
Senator McCormick.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member Heinrich. And